What's going on, people? It's your boy Phurzaah here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're back on another Modern Warfare 3 Zombies video for you guys, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you the 3 most important things to get done before the start of season 2, which actually starts tomorrow. Every single one of the things that I'm going to be showing you guys today, I feel like will help you when you do start season 2, and it will put you in a good standing for the start of the season as well. So without wasting any more time, let's just head straight into the 3 things. So for the first thing, it's going to be really simple, and I'd highly suggest everyone does it, but make sure that you guys go ahead and max out all of your operators. Obviously we only have 3 operators that we are currently allowed in the game. I actually wish we could have more because I have so many skins that I could use, and yes, I could chop and change them, especially when one gets cleared and stuff like that, but I would actually like to have a lot more operators. Hopefully we do get some in the later seasons to come. I'd highly suggest you guys go ahead and max out all 3 operators. Obviously guys, having a kitted out operator does make it a little bit easier when you do go into a zombies game, so making sure that you guys have 3 on hand ready to go is going to make your life a little bit easier, especially if season 2 does have things like crashes and stuff like that. When you guys do crash, you actually lose everything on your operator, and if like me at the moment you only have 1 operator that only has stuff on him, if I go ahead and crash, I'm pretty much down in the water because now I don't have a large backpack and stuff like that. Now yes, those things are easy to go ahead and get again, but it does waste a bit of time, and it is more efficient to just make sure that you guys have 3 that are ready to go. So I would highly suggest that you guys do stack all of your operators, and that's going to be the first thing that I would suggest that you guys have in place for the start of season 2. If you're looking to unlock the new Modern Warfare 3 camos such as Interstellar or Borealis hard unlocked, or play in bot lobbies where you guys can level up your guns and unlock camos rapidly, get all the best schematics or even instant delivery pre-made accounts, be sure to check out mixcactus.com. They're the biggest and most reliable seller of heaps of brand new offerings for Modern Warfare 3 with completely safe and legitimate services for Xbox, PC and PlayStation. These guys have well over 10,000 verified reviews on their Trustpilot page and are by far the most legitimate sellers. Be sure to use code FIRST for 5% off. Now moving on to number 2, I would highly suggest that you guys go ahead and get an unlimited stash. So as you guys know, we can pretty much max our stash to around 240, 250 depending on how many purchased and reward items, and also depending on how much contraband weapons you have as well, because that all goes into the number. But if you guys didn't have any contraband weapons and you guys didn't have any rewards, you guys will be able to go ahead and get 250 in your stash. 250 is pretty much the limit. Now if you guys don't know how to go ahead and get the unlimited stash, then go ahead and watch my full tutorial. I have done a full tutorial and broke down how the stash actually works so that you guys can actually get the mechanics of what's happening when you guys are doing the duplication glitch and the stash glitch, to actually better understand how it works for one and why it actually works the way it works. Once you guys understand that, the glitch becomes very easy to do because you understand the fundamentals of the glitch. So if you guys don't know how to do the unlimited stash glitch, I'd highly suggest to go watch that video and then do that process in order to get a max stash of 250 before the start of season 2. Now the reason why I would say to get a whole max stash before the start of season 2 is simply because we don't know if they're going to be patching the tombstone duplication glitch. Now if they do go ahead and patch the glitch and they don't wipe the stash like they did last season, then you guys will be safe with 250 items in your stash. Even though we won't be able to go ahead and duplicate any more items, you'll be pretty much set because you have 250 items to go, with a whole bunch of craftable items that you can also use as well. And obviously because it is the start of a new season, there probably are going to be patches, and they are going to go ahead and patch a lot of glitches, and we don't know what glitches they will patch. They might patch the tombstone glitch, they might patch the duplication glitch, we don't know. So the best thing that you guys can do for yourself right now is pretty much prepare yourself for the worst, which is that they take away the tombstone glitch as a whole. Now as you guys can see, I only have 50 in my stash, so I'm gonna go ahead and max out my stash tonight myself. Now I will go in game in a second and I'll be showing you guys, if you guys don't have a max stash, what you guys should put in your stash in order to have pretty much the most efficient stash that there is possible. Now I'm gonna go ahead and delete all of this stuff like the stamina up, the epic aether tool, because we don't want any perks or anything purple in our stash. We only want legendary and mythical items. Now this isn't technically a mythical item, but that's the color for normally mythical items in games, so that's what I call wonder weapons and stuff like that. So as you guys can see up here, these are the items that I would highly suggest that you guys put in a tombstone in order to build up your stash. Now the reason why we're going to be using all of these items is simply because these are definitely the best items that you guys can have in the game. So you guys are going to want to go ahead and duplicate every single one of the best items in the game, and this is going to be the easiest way to go ahead and do it. So make sure that you guys have a flawless crystal in your backpack, make sure you have a dog bone, make sure you have a golden armor plate, an aether blade, and a legendary aether tool. Already that's 5 items that you definitely want to make sure that you guys are duplicating, because in my opinion those are the best items to actually use within the game. Now normally I wouldn't say to go ahead and duplicate the flawless crystal, simply because normally we do have max essence and unlimited essence and stuff like that. But again, because the start of season 2, we don't know what glitches they're going to go ahead and patch. So you guys need to make sure that you have things in place just in case they go ahead and patch the unlimited essence. At least you guys will have triple pack punch crystals stacked up. So having unlimited essence won't be a big deal, because you guys can still come in every single game with a flawless crystal and a legendary tool and pretty much have the most powerful weapon in the game from the start. Now, a few other things that I would highly suggest to put in your tombstone would be a VR11 case, simply because we don't currently have the schematic, and as things seem at the moment, it doesn't seem like we're going to be getting the schematic for this wonder weapon at the start of season 2. It seems like we're going to be getting the schematic within the mid-season update. So I'd highly suggest you guys do stack up on your VR11s, because it is a really good gun to use. So I would highly suggest putting in a VR11, and then I would highly suggest that you guys go ahead and put 2 scorcher cases. Now this isn't something that you need to do, but this is something that I would like to do. Now the reason why I'm going to put 2 is simply because every single game I'm going to be using a scorcher case from the start of the game to fly to my tombstone, collect everything, crumble the tombstone, fly to the Act 4 portal, and then disconnect. I'm going to be using the scorcher so that the process is faster, but if I don't have 2 scorcher cases, then because I am using 1 scorcher every single game, I'll actually go ahead and run out of scorcher cases, and I technically won't be duplicating the scorcher, because the one that I'm duplicating I'll be using the next game. So I actually have to go ahead and put 2 so that I'm actually duplicating 1 and then using 1, if that makes sense, guys. And then after that, you pretty much will have 1 slot left. So if you guys don't have any schematics or anything like that, then you can go ahead and just duplicate something else that you would prefer to have. But if you guys would prefer to have a extra legendary aether tool or something like that, then go ahead and put an extra legendary aether tool. Now in my opinion, that's going to be the best tombstone that you guys can set, especially if you have a low stash or you're setting a new stash in preparation for the new season, because this is going to allow you guys to go ahead and duplicate all of the main items, as I said already. So that's going to be tip number 2 for what you guys need to go ahead and do before the start of season 2. Now the final tip is going to be how to save your schematics just in case they do anything with the tombstone glitch. So as you guys can see on screen, I currently have a schematic that's in my backpack in the lobby. Normally you can't hold schematics and you can't take schematics out of the game, but as you guys may know, as you've probably come across it already, if you guys have schematics in your backpack and then you go and exfil via a mission exfil and then disconnect your game, you guys will keep everything in your backpack at that period of time. And even if you guys have schematics, free plate vests, large backpacks, whatever it might be, all of those items will actually be brought out of the game and it will be in your backpack, as you guys can see right here. Now a lot of these items are useless. If you go ahead and you put it in your stash, it's not going to work. If you bring them back into the next game, most of the items won't work, but the items that do work are schematic. So if you guys do exfil with schematics this way, it won't actually unlock the schematic for you, but by now I'm pretty sure most of you will have these schematics unlocked. And if you guys do have schematics in your tombstone, it's going to be because you guys are gifting people and stuff like that. So if you guys want to be able to keep those schematics safe 100%, then what I'd highly suggest that you guys do is obviously set a tombstone with those schematics in your tombstone, just in case the tombstone glitch is still working next season. You guys will be able to load up, all of them will still be in your tombstone, but there is a possibility that they do fix the tombstone. So if that is the case, then they might go ahead and wipe everyone's current tombstone. So then what the possibility is that at the start of the season you load up and your tombstone's no longer there and your schematics are no longer there because they're not in the tombstone. So the way that you you guys can counteract this is not only put them in your tombstone, but the last game you play of season 1, make sure you have all of those schematics that you want in your backpack. Go and exfil via a mission exfil and make sure you disconnect your game. That way, when you come back into the lobby, all of the schematics are going to be in your backpack right here as this one is. And then from there, just come off the game completely. Now, at the start of season 2, you guys will load up and everything will still be in your backpack most of the time. At the start of most seasons, everything's still in your backpack. At the start of last season, everything was in my backpack. So I'm assuming at the start of this season, everything will be in our backpack. So let's just say your schematics are in your backpack, they are now safe. Even if you go in game and your tombstone isn't there, it's okay because they were in your backpack. So now you can go ahead and set a new tombstone with those schematics. And obviously, as long as they don't take tombstone out of the game completely, you're not actually doing anything wrong by dying with stuff in your backpack and setting a tombstone, because that is what tombstone does and that is the purpose of tombstone. So they will be safe, and that is the third thing that I would highly suggest that you guys do. If you guys do have schematics, you are gifting and stuff like that, and you want to make sure that they're safe for the next season. So those are pretty much the 3 things that I would highly suggest you guys make sure that you have in place. Now, they are pretty self-explanatory. As I said, if you guys need a in-depth tutorial on how to go ahead and max out your stash, then do watch that video. If you guys don't know how to do the tombstone glitch, then also go and watch that video as well. Anyways, that's it for me. It's been your boy Phurz. I'm out. Peace.
Let it go, make my body go. Take our bodies higher and higher.